Am I the a-hole for not wanting to contact my adoptive mom on Mother's Day? My adoptive parents adopted me as a teenager. When my mom first met me, she was super nice and went out of her way to do things for me. Leading up to the adoption, she pressured me quite a bit to accept it, that there was no way I was going back to my biological mother, which the judge herself confirmed by stating that in court. Well, my biological mother died, and her appeals, along with my unspoken ones, were now trash as far as legality goes, and the adoption moved forward. Things really changed after that. I became really depressed and was also dealing with minor health issues that I always just sucked up and lived with. This whole lady's persona switched. She started doing odd things like always going through my stuff, lecturing my friends, their parents, my teachers, and psychologists. Also would call my therapist to convince them I was bipolar or BPD, which she still touts to this day even though several medical records state various doctors ruled it out. At length, she filled my head with gossip to incite negative feelings about my family members. It wasn't until years later I realized she was likely intentionally alienating me. Over time I've realized the pattern, and every time we connect here is what happens. The bait plays concern mom to get me to open up / divulge info / compliments / offers help. The switch uses a weak point / vulnerability and chastises me in some way over it. The blast, after having a non-documented phone conversation, she uses tidbits of things I've said, completely puts them out of context, changes all the facts, figures, and even topic of conversation, and includes other people in the family on it, so essentially, it looks like she's in charge of writing everyone's reality. She's been doing this for almost 25 years, and my health is not in a good place right now. 8 hours after speaking to her and her pulling step 2 minutes after a pleasant conversation, I went to the ER by ambulance for heart attack symptoms, no worries, ruled out. And then the next day or so, she sent the triangulating email. A day or two after that, I was back in ER, twice within 5 days. I'm not blaming this on her, but the timing is quite interesting, and I do think what she did was just the straw that broke my camel's back. I did not respond to either of her messages and proceeded to block her on everything, yet again, for the same old reasons. Also had my family unfollow me so they cannot be used as her spy pawns. This broke my heart to do. I've tried everything I can think of, but mom says she is perfect and doesn't need to change, so there's not ever going to be progress. She's told me essentially I'm pathetic for continuing to go back to her, write it off as something said in anger, but I'm thinking perhaps more to that. I'm almost 35, have children of my own, and way too much shit to do to let anyone waste my time like that, and even worse, treat me like I'm dirt. What kind of example is that for my kids? Like, how much leeway should a mother have for psychological warfare? I'm terribly ill-equipped to deal with such a conniving and manipulative person. So I just walk away instead of feeding into her traps. This moral voice inside me cringes at not letting her know when I move, and not calling her for Mother's Day. But the other part of me laughs and thinks of her every time I hear the I Don't F.K. With You song. I've been so relieved since she's been blocked. I feel like I can literally breathe better without her having a rental space in my life. All she causes is drama. And that part of me thought watching your show, this is the most petty thing I could do to express myself without saying anything LOL. I'd rather just honor my MIL, who is the best ever. She held me through labor, had helped me raise my children, is such a wonderful and kind soul. Just like her son, whom I'm happily married to. That's a mother who deserves my energy and affection as a daughter person, LOL. So, is this a healthy boundary, or am I the a-hole?